Good afternoon and welcome to those of you who have chosen to join us here at the Kingston Spring Field live in the flesh to witness the final of the All-Star Under-15 competition. It's been a thrilling one all the way through, and now we're poised to commence the finale between Kingston Football Academy and Cavalier. Both teams would have played out a 1-0 fixture early on in the competition. Cavalier winning that one thanks to a goal from Christian Foster. They'll be hoping that they can muster up or replicate rather a similar result today. Kingston Football Academy have had quite the journey. Of course, lost that game to Cavalier, but then afterwards dispatched of their opponents with relative ease. I think they beat Kingston United 4-0 or 4-1 rather in their second game, and then played out a hard-fought 1-1 draw with Ballers Academy without their number 10 Mervyn White in that game. And now, as they stand before what seems to be a formidable opponent, they can take solace in the fact that they have fought their way through to get here. Did it the hard way as he came back and got a draw against Dare to Dream.
Glitching bad. Yeah? Glitching bad. So, you know,
of course, mentioned before, as mentioned before, Kingston Football Academy had to do it the hard way. We're down 1-0 in that semi-final against Dare to Dream, when Aaron St. John Wong scored the equalizer. But now we have the All-Star sponsors. We'd like to thank our official partners, the jersey sponsor, of course, Winley Sportswear, the hydration sponsor, Splurt, and our main sponsor for this competition, Project to Project. And as we turn our attention, as I mentioned before, to the starting of this game, just quickly give the rundown as well for Cavalier, who, as mentioned before, KFA got their draw, got a 1-1 draw against Dare to Dream and won on penalties despite being 2 goals down in that penalty shootout. Cavalier themselves also played out a 1-1 draw. They actually took the lead in their match, I believe thanks to Timothy Jones. And they played out a penalty shootout as well. They won on penalties. They are here, and they almost certainly will be feeling in their own selves as though they could be the favorites. But it is interesting to see how these two will pan out in regards to the tactical approach, given that KFA would have been playing Dare to Dream, who were considered perhaps the most impressive team in the entire tournament after the group stage. But now they have a chance to beat a team who pretty much play a similar style to them in that they rely heavily on those transitional moments. Now Mark Francis has already scored in this competition, but as the players make their way onto the pitch, they do have several others who can make the difference. Of course, Pessoa Pitt has been a live wire. His speed has been a real threat through the scores of this competition on the break. And of course, their main man Mervyn White, who's also scored. He scored in that aforementioned win over Kingston United in that 4-1 victory. But of course, we've spoken about Mervyn White and Lamar Francis and Pessoa Pitt. Of course, Colin Robinson at the back has played well. Junior Lawman has done well at times in goal. But we can speak about all those players, but we can't leave out none other than the top goal scorer in this competition with 4 goals, Aaron St. John Waugh. Of course,
Somewhat, yeah.
scored their lone goal in that penalty, well, in that 1-1 draw before the penalty shootout. And then he went on to score in the penalty shootout as well. And he's been he's so decisive. And I think what adds to the allure of Aaron is that the last 2 games of the group stage, he wasn't even able to feature that heavily in terms of minutes because of an injury. In fact, he came off the bench in the semi-final, and yet he still was able to score once more. He's been making the difference all competition long for the team in red and black, and they'll be hoping that he can do so once more. And as the players take their team pictures, we will also turn our attention to Cavalier, who, as I mentioned before, also have several players who have been stellar right throughout. Of course, Matthew Murray, their captain, has scored multiple times in this competition. He scored in the last game, actually. It wasn't Timothy Jones. Timothy Jones also scored in their last group stage game against Norberg Strikers, which got them, not Norberg Strikers, rather, against Ballers Academy. A win that got them to here, the semi-final rather. Timothy Jones, of course, would have been playing centre-back earlier on, and afterwards would have been playing centre-forward for the last 2 games. Of course, also must mention Messi Walker, who's been brilliant, and Christian Foster, who scored the lone goal the last time these 2 teams met. Avanti Barrett has stood out in the middle of the park, and so too at the back has Parkinson. But among all the players we can mention, among everything that has happened, we must also give credit to the coaches. Amar Stanley, who coaches Cavaliers under 18s, also has coached their under 15s brilliantly, judging by the fact that they've made it all the way to the final just a year on after making the semis in the Elite Cup. And it's clear to see that the work he's done has been coming to fruition. And KFA, they themselves also have made it to yet another final after making the under 18s final, the Elite Cup, just this year. Of course, they won't want to replicate that sort of a fate as they lost to Portmore United. And now they have a chance to beat Cavalier. Plenty of attacking threat right across this pitch, but it's interesting and fascinating to see who will come out on top. We mentioned before Omar Stanley for Cavalier, but also must give credit to Dane Walters of Kingston Football Academy. They started off the competition rather slow, but they've built up momentum as they've went on, and now they have a chance to win it all. And it does seem as though it will be the aforementioned 2 players, Foster and Jones, will be occupying those attacking roles. Avanti Barrett he'll be tasked with marshalling the middle of the park. It's going to be interesting to see how they try and stop the pace on the break of Pessoa Pit and the creativity of Mervyn White, who, as I mentioned before, has been absolutely sensational, and Aaron St. John Waugh. Fantastic finish inside the box. The tricky White player has a chance to extend his lead at the top of the goal scoring standings. And the game is on the way here now with Quincy Clark. Lovely turn already to start off the game with a bit of flair, but now Cavalier have won the ball back now with Matthew Murray. Lovely turn past the defender, and he wants a penalty. Referee will give it to him. Matthew Murray, inside the first minute of the game, has won his team a penalty, leading from the front, the captain. And the game plan for Kingston Football Academy and Dane Walters could go out the window here. Just seconds into the game. Murray steps up. And he buries it from 12 yards out. His third of the competition. And he's led by example right throughout this tournament, doing so once more as the captain, the leading man. He's put his team in front here in the game that matters most. The real question now, I suppose, is can they hold on and secure the title? Matthew Murray wins the penalty for Cavalier after a late challenge and buries it himself. The return pass there for Pitt from Mervyn White, just a bit off target, couldn't find his intended recipient, and that will go out for a throw. And headed on there by Messi Walker, who, unlike the Argentinian he's named after, hasn't necessarily been prolific in this competition. He has scored, I believe, but it's more so his all-round game that has been fantastic. Key cog in this machine for Cavalier. And there we can just have a quick replay of the penalty by Matthew Murray. Sent goalkeeper Junior Lawman the wrong way. Calm, poise, expertly taken from the spot. And plays it forward. Intercepted, dealt well with there, but he's put that out of play. Mighty God, man.
Son.
Yeah.
Burn, boy, burn.
Me, I did vampire, me dead long time, man. This brother. And that's gone all the way through, but in the end, easy shot for Lawman to save there. Excel tried to move the ball downfield, but caught out by Matthew Murray, but out of play for a throw-in. And Clark gets it. Played backwards towards Shalando Anderson, who's been one of the better defenders in this competition as well. Spoke about Malik Stone earlier, but if I had to choose a player to partner with him at the back, it probably would be him. He's been fantastic. And it seems the Moy Browns ran out of room. That will be a goal kick now for KFA. Mentioned before, Cavalier do come into this as favourites. Perhaps if you're judging just based on, of course, the fact that they beat them earlier on in the competition, as well as the fact that throughout the competition they've perhaps played the better football. Looked like a better team, but I said that for Dare to Dream, they looked like the most impressive team and they ended up coming third. So what does the commentator know? Of course, the more talented team doesn't always tend to win, but I suppose numbers and the film are simply indicators, not necessarily guarantees of success, but they can lead to it. And I suppose if you play that game 9 times out of 10, Dare to Dream do come out on top. But as that ball is played in behind, it's just a reminder that football is a very unpredictable sport. Quincy Clark He has predictably been fantastic. Came into this competition with a decent reputation and has lived up to it. And Lawman, as I mentioned before, starts and goal today, but also so does Kimaria Loza, John Michael White, Colin Robinson, Quincy Clark, Mervyn White, Lamar Francis, as Deshaun Meek is stationed on the bench today. Aaron St. John Waugh gets a start after a couple of games where he had to come off the bench thanks to injury. Now here's Nemoy Brown for Cavalier. Cross coming in, not a bad one. Headed on by Jones. Unable to get another goal in this tournament on that occasion. They came close, however. Brown running down that right-hand side, and wasn't a bad delivery. Wasn't a bad header either, not far away. And mentioned a couple of players in the starting lineup. Pessoa Pitt, Demario Tracy, and Aiden Excel are also the other players starting today for Kingston Football Academy, who are under some pressure here in their own half. And the ball is intercepted here now, but they've won a throw in here, Cavalier, putting some pressure on Kingston Football Academy early. Murray, poor pass, the goal scorer, and that goes out of play. White, oh, lovely turn to get away from Murray, and the pass into Francis was accurate, but Francis didn't deal with it well, and he went into that with quite some power. Quincy Clark nicks it off of Shalanda Anderson, but loses out to Reneel Robinson. Oh, he grabbed him by the shirt there, Kidane Pessoa Pitt, and he's asked by the referee to just cease there from the excessive tugging, and he can probably count his lucky stars that he didn't get a yellow card there. Perhaps how early it is in the game is perhaps what factored into his decision there, the referee, to not give him the card, because that was almost certainly a cardable offense. Brown throws it towards Jones, couldn't find him. Murray to Jones now, face to face with Colin Robinson, and he's unable to keep it in play, just overrunning it there. Good defending by Robinson, and he's been one of the better defenders. Mentioned a couple of centre backs who have really liked the cut of their jib. They've played really well in Malik Stone and Shalanda Anderson, but must also give credit to Robinson. He was fantastic, especially in that game against Dare to Dream. They'll be hoping that he can hold his own once more today against the likes of Timothy Jones and Matthew Murray and Christian Foster. Now here's Messi Walker, who himself has been brilliant throughout this competition. Still going, gets past another defender, and it will be a goal kick. Ball came off of him last. Now here's Murray, trying to dance his way past a couple of players. Gets the shot away after perhaps pushing the defender to the ground, but got away with it. Here on St. John Waugh plays it to Mervyn White. Wanted the run from Aaron, but didn't quite come, and as a result, that will go out for a throw-in. Messi Walker goes across to take the throw-in. Walker headed on and goes all the way past everyone into the arms of Junior Lawman, who spots Kidane Pessoa Pitt out wide. Suggestions that he perhaps handled the ball, but didn't, and so that will go out as actually Cavalier's ball. And the referee does agree. Well, actually, it's a throw-in. Apologies. Now it's Foster going for it in the aerial duel, and he's knocked out in the air. Play called back there for the collision. Played up, and Robinson didn't quite deal with that properly, but Avante Barrett sweeps with the danger, gets it away from Quincy Clark. Ooh, tried for the first time pass, didn't quite come off. So a pit there to trace, and that's put out, booted out for a throw-in. Throw-in taken here. And a ball in behind, trying to find Foster, but goes all the way through to Lawman in goal. John Michael White, who almost scored in the semi-final. Actually, the goal ended up being scored by Aaron St. John Wall from that corner. Bundled in. He ended up scoring eventually from the penalty spot in the penalty shootout. Did seem a bit nervous when he was about to take it, but he took it well. Headed on by the defense there of KFA. Brown trying to whip a cross in, didn't quite come off. Aiden Excel plays it, but only back to Brown, and that is eventually caught easily by Junior Lawman. Barrett has done well here. Rarely relinquishes possession. Plays it to Ranil Robinson. Does well to drift past Namar Francis. Barrett out wide once more. Now here's Foster. Plays it to Walker, who plays it out wide. Can I get a cross in? He has a target to aim at. Finds Timothy Jones, who lets it run. And much to the dismay of the Cavaliers coaching staff, as he was advised to take the shot there. Certainly had the time and space to get something away, but nevertheless KFA on the attack here, and I suppose it was short-lived. Walker plays it ahead, trying to find Christian Foster. Has room to stretch his legs, but he doesn't quite have the pace to get on the end of that ball. And we have a little hydration break here, just about 15 minutes into the game. Of course, for those just joining, score currently 1-0 Cavalier. One up after first minute penalty. Matthew Murray, the man delivering the goods after winning the penalty himself. And we're back here after the small hydration break there. Cavalier, as mentioned before, 1-0 up thanks to their captain Matthew Murray, who won the penalty and scored it subsequently in the first minute of the game. They'll definitely have said they definitely feel as though they have enjoyed the bulk of chances and possession here throughout the course of the first 15 to 16 minutes of this first half. And just a reminder, this is the finale, which means it's do or die day. This is the day you give your all, and we certainly saw Dare to Dream give it their all, provided an avalanche of goals in the first half in their third place game with their counterparts from their own group, Norbrook Strikers. Christian Foster wins the ball high up the pitch, but it's gone out of play. John Michael White will go across to take the throw in. Norbrook Strikers did score 2 goals later in the game, but wasn't enough to overcome that 4-goal deficit. Ball back to White, to Lawman in goal. Now here's Mervyn White on the ball. Skips past 2 challenges, trying to get past Matthew Murray, but instead settles for the pass to Colin Robinson. Demario Tracy finds Quincy Clark. Back to John Michael White. And Quincy Clark will get the foul. Late one, but good call in the end. Ball played in behind by Murray, trying to find Foster. Ball played over. Lovely pass towards Nimoy Brown. Can he keep it in play? No, he can't. Bit too much on the pass there. And yet another break here. Not sure as to why particularly, but nevertheless just a chance to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that this is the finale, and we just want to thank you for those who have chosen to join us right throughout this competition in the at the Kingston Spring Field, where all the games have been played right throughout. It's been excellent competition, where the slogan compete, inspire, and development, or compete, develop, and inspire, has been lived up to. We've seen these young men give the best of what they had to offer. They've really definitely inspired some of the other players around the island with their performances, inspired play, some fantastic, breathtaking skills and goals, especially that last one in that Norbrook Strikers game. That was a fantastic goal, even though I guess it was all for naught. But also, the development of these youngsters is first and foremost the priority. We just want to see them continue to grow. And most certainly always have my eye on the young midfielders and defenders, because I strongly believe that is the area in which Jamaica really needs to get better as a nation. Not enough players who understand the fundamentals of the position, as well as goalkeepers as well. Been a real lack real dearth of quality goalkeepers they can say are good enough to one day adequately, in my opinion, replace Andre Blake. And so this competitions like this, where you get to see young goalkeepers ply their trade and continue to grow and have chances to showcase what they're made of, but also you can see their mistakes and encourage them to do better. And a bunch of spaces opened up in the midfield and played it up to Lamar Francis now, who couldn't quite take it down in time. Technical ability just wasn't quite there. Headed on there. And Matthew Morey clears it up. Cavalier heads it clear. Robinson that time. Headed on once more by Robinson. And now it's Kamario Loza. Out wide by Pessoa Pitt. Gets the return pass. Loza couldn't keep it in play. Will be a throw into Cavalier. Played upfield towards Brown. Headed away by Aiden Excel. Matthew Murray trying to find the man there, Nemoy Brown. Barrett has possession, played to Messi Walker. And that's most definitely a foul on Matthew Murray, committed by the opposite number 10, Mervyn White. Free kick for Cavalier. Free kick now to be taken by Messi Walker. Doesn't have the number 10 on his back, but we're expecting some magic from the diminutive young forward all the same.
No, you might highlight the rubbish in front of him, literally.
Murray. Walker with a decent free kick. Oh! A couple of Cavalier players rose to meet it, but were unable to. And in the end, it seems there's a foul committed in the box, and so that will be a free kick for Kingston Football Academy. Foster has now a chance in the box. No real power on the shot. And now Timothy Jones drags his effort wide. Cavalier winning the ball high up the pitch there. Some really dangerous areas, really pinning KFA in their own half, in their own box, really. Foster has now a chance in the box. And very nearly getting a second goal of the game. Cavalier winning the Foster gets it back from Jones, who won it once more. KFA really putting themselves under pressure here. Some unforced errors. Another cross coming in, but deflected. Goes out for a corner kick to Cavalier. And I have to say, at what point, you can talk about coaching all you want. People can say all they want about coaches this, coaches that, but at some point as a player, you have to take personal responsibility. You have to figure out mid-game. All right, this isn't working. Let's go along. But nevertheless, corner comes in towards the back post. No one there to meet it. And Quincy Clark will boot that clear, but it goes out of play. Foster. Bundled over, no foul. Clark plays it out wide, trying to find Aaron St. John Wall, but goes out for a throw. Rennie Robinson to take. Picks up the ball in the middle of the park. Aiden Exel, but he's committed a... Well, he's won a foul, but did have a late tackle as well on Avanti Barrett. And I have to say, for those who have chosen to join us here at the Kingston Spring Field, much respect and appreciation to you. Kudos to you, because this sun is absolutely scorching. It's been merciless throughout the course of the day. But then again, I guess the majority of supporters who have come out, and I have to say, has been plenty of them. Majority of them are on the shade over that big tree. Seems Barrett will be okay. Hopefully, hopefully enough to continue. Now here's Lawman. Plays it to Robinson. KFA haven't really put much of a foothold in this game. Been second best largely for the majority of it. Ball played in towards Francis and booted away by Shalando Anderson once more. Brown still trying to get there ahead of Mervyn White, but now his Matthew Murray can come forward for Cavalier. Plays it up toward Foster, but intercepted by Colin Robinson. Michael White plays it to Mervyn White. Touch there, just a bit heavy, but he turns away from danger well, Kemario Loza, and traces pass afterwards wayward. Just unable to retain possession at all for any sort of prolonged period of time, KFA. But what a pass! Well, attempt at a pass by Walker. Saw the vision, but the execution didn't quite come off there. Clark, lovely pass to Pessoa Pitt, who just couldn't sort out his feet in time. But I think they have won a corner kick here, KFA. Corner coming in low, headed on by Loza, headed away, still not clear. And Jones can come forward now on the counter. He has Foster in support, plays it up toward him. Oh, lovely pass by Timothy Jones. Foster to chase. He's 1v1 with John Michael White. He turns back, cutting inside now. Foster plays it to Barrett. Great touch and plays it out wide. Cross coming in, but intercepted by Demario Tracy. And I have to say, oh, shot coming in. Oh, what a save! Messi Walker, had that found the back of the net, we'd be talking probably about the goal of the tournament. What a save! Where did that come from? Junior Lawman with an acrobatic save, put everything into that. Now this game's heating up. Corner coming in, not a bad one, but headed away. And suppose he won't have another chance to get a stab, but it will be another corner kick to be taken by Messi Walker. They're already 1-0 up, but can they now extend their lead? They're looking like they want to. Couple of players there in support. Referee just waiting to give the okay for the dead ball situation, the set piece. And the whistle's gone now. Going to come in from Messi Walker. Towards the back post once more. It's Matthew Murray again, rising highest to meet it, but headed on over the bar. And now this game's really starting to heat up. Cavalier knocking on the door, searching for a second here. KFA, will they wilt under the pressure? Here's Christian Foster. Turns, finds Tricon Swanders out wide, gets it back now. Foster, lovely pass to Matthew Murray at the edge of the box, but unable to get it past his opposite number 10, Mervyn White. Cross coming in once more from Saunders, but that's put out for a corner kick. And there, just a replay of that wonderful effort. Actually, it wasn't Messi Walker, but what a strike. An equally impressive save by Junior Lawman. Corner now to be taken by Walker. Once more toward the back post. No one able to meet it, but now here's Matthew Murray. Swings it back into the box. Goes all the way over to Foster, who heads it on. Unable to find Robinson. Foster heads it on once more for Barrett. Headed away. Robinson. It's a bit of a ping ball sort of match at the moment. Plenty of back and forth action in terms of teams losing the ball, but now here's Barrett. Crossfield pass towards Matthew Murray, taken down well. Oh, tried to get past Pessoa Pitt, but good defending. And now Avante Barrett has one more swing. That effort goes wide. Not with the same level of accuracy as the previous effort on goal. Matthew Murray still down on the ground following that collision. Francis loses possession. Walker trying to slip in his teammate there. That being Traquan Saunders. Mervyn White has his pass intercepted, and now Cavalier can muster a counter. The pass from Timothy Jones, however, not on the money. And And now they can turn with Demario Tracy playing it out wide into the path of Aaron St. John Waugh. And he wasn't able to keep it in play. Will go out for a throw-in to Cavalier. Cavalier restart play now with Renil Robinson using his speed to go past Namar Francis, trying to find Nemoy Brown out wide, but Pessoa put with the interception. Mervyn White on the ball, playing it to Namar Francis, and he loses out there. Pass intercepted, or more like the tackle came in actually from Nemoy Brown. Ball played back to Colin Robinson now. Not a bad ball into the box. Unable to find a teammate, however, headed away. Loza came in, missed it, but has a swing. But it's a swing and a miss. It's gone all the way over. And that whistle is, of course, signaling the halftime break, at which Cavalier currently lead 1-0 thanks to a first-minute penalty. The man who stepped up from 12 yards was Matthew Murray, the captain. And now we'll be having our sponsors. Of course, thank you to our official partners, as I mentioned before, jersey sponsors, Winley Sportwear, hydration sponsor, Splurt, and our main sponsor, Project to Project. Thank you to our official partners who've made this competition possible. But as we break now for halftime, just like to tell those who have choosing to join us here once more, whether it be online or live in the flesh, thank you for turning out right throughout the course of this competition. Rejoin us after the break for the finale of the All-Star Under 15 Jamaica League.
Work some magic, Ainsworth. Oh yeah!
Jesus. Wow.
Vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project.
Thank you for rejoining us, ladies and gentlemen. We're back for the finale of the All-Star Under 15 Jamaica competition. Kingston Football Academy currently down 1-0 to Cavalier. They did have a similar result in their group stage game, of which Cavalier, as I mentioned before, won 1-0. This time the goal scorer is different. Matthew Murray registering his third, I believe, of the competition, as he scored from the spot in just the first minute after winning the penalty himself. But as the game gets underway now, or restarts, it is going to be interesting to see what the approach is for the rest of this game by Cavalier. They've not really looked like they've been wanting to rest on their laurels. They've really taken initiative and gone for it right throughout. And this man, Avanti Barrett, has been one of the standout players on the pitch, as he always is for Cavalier. Matthew Murray, of course, the captain, will take the plaudits, however, as the lone goal scorer in this game. Wins a throw-in as well for Cavalier. Throw-in to be taken now, and almost beats Loza there, but timed it well. Walker wants a foul, won't get it this time. That goes out. And actually a Dave Brown, he's come onto the pitch, seems for Pessoa Pit. Of course, they do need his dynamism. Similar level of speed, I guess, to Pessoa Pit, probably slightly less, but Dave Brown's much more technically gifted, much more direct. Well, both direct, but his skill on the ball is in a different league altogether, in my opinion, to Pessoa Pit. Way more capable of beating players with flair. I suppose his floor in terms of consistency is perhaps the reason why he's been stationed on the bench for much of the campaign, though. But he will have a chance in this final to make a difference. But now Cavalier are the ones with the corner kick here. They'll have a chance to try to get another goal here, extend their lead. Corner comes in from Walker, headed away by John Michael White. Mervyn White will get to it. Well, thought he was going to. And now it's a Dave Brown, and the play is called back here, as seems there's been a fall by Mervyn White. Committed against Traquan Saunders. And now it's a free kick to be taken by Anderson of Cavalier. Towards Jones. Couldn't get his head to it. And it goes all the way through to Junior Lawman. Urged by his coach to go long and go early. Headed on by Francis into the path of a Dave Brown, who will get to it. Oh, does well to get past the defender, but I'm not sure if he got a touch there on that. Anderson. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And will be a throw-in now for KFA. And that is the type of trickery out wide that that I would have mentioned previously that he's capable of, a Dave Brown. Only may have won a throw, but just a glimpse there of his 1v1 ability in comparison to Gideon Pessoa Pitt. Now here's Timothy Jones. Boots it clear, but KFA have the ball once more. Now here's Mervyn White playing it out wide. Touched by Aaron St. John Waugh, not necessarily the best, and that will go out of play. Oof. Strong challenge, but Avanti Barrett doing well once more. Intercepted, however, by Jermaine Henderson, who came off the bench in the previous game. And he'll go into a foot race with Shaquan Saunders, but he'll get there first as he was ahead of him by a couple of yards. Headed on by Tracy towards Quincy Clark, who left it. Gets it back now, Tracy, and will play it out wide to Aiden Excel. Finds Quincy Clark between the lines, but pass cut out after his touch let him down. Now here's Matthew Murray on the ball for Cavalier. Gets his boot to it, but I was about to say Tracy got to it afterwards. But he's lost it now to Cavaliers' Timothy Jones. Walker sending him on a run down that right-hand side now, Timothy Jones. Keeps it in play. And he wins oh, it's gone the other way. Great defending, it seems, by Colin Robinson. Clark trying to get past Messi Walker, unable to cross coming in, but I suppose he should have just gotten his head up a bit sooner. Would have seen that there was no one in the box, but now here's Murray. Saunders wants a foul, and he will get it. Late challenge there coming in from Mervyn White, and he'll just get a little talking to by the referee. Fortunate to not get a card, but I suppose the accidental nature of the challenge coming into play. But Saunders, he's down, and it does look as though he could be getting substituted as well. And the man who's warming up and getting ready to come on for Cavalier is their number 9, Jaquan Watson. Now they have a free kick in a dangerous position. Looks like it will be Timothy Jones to take. I suppose he's been banging them in training, probably. But usually you'd want a player of his stature to be on the end of those free kicks rather than taking them. But now they're just confirmation of the change for Cavalier as Jaquan Watson, number 9, comes in for number 12, Shaquan Saunders for Cavalier. And Deshaun Meeks of Kingston Football Academy also seems to be warming up. He'll most likely come on to the pitch in just a few. Saunders still down on the sideline, getting some attention paid to him by the Cavalier medical staff. But now here's Timothy Jones. What can he conjure up from this set piece? Not a bad one, but caught. A bit too central for Junior Lawman. In the end, easily caught. Plays it towards Dave Brown. Oh, he took that down really well. Under pressure from Nimoy Brown. Oh, lovely move. Fantastic little feint there to get past the defender. Plays it to Jermaine Henderson. Avanti Barrett, great turn and wrestled to the ground by Jermaine Henderson. And there's no way he thought he could get away with that. Right in front of the referee especially. A definite free kick to Cavalier. But the referee will also just give a little talking to both players. And I'm shocked, absolutely flabbergasted that the referee has not produced a yellow card at the very least there. He literally threw him to the ground. But John Michael White's free kick goes in. Cavalier struggling to clear it. They eventually do. Barrett plays it, but only as far as Loza, who turns and gets it out wide to a Dave Brown, who's looked lively since coming on. And again, once more, maneuvering in and out, away from several defenders, playing it to Aaron St. John Wall, but couldn't take it under his spell. Put out there by the Cavalier defense. As I mentioned before he came on, Dave Brown, much more of a technically gifted player than his counterpart, Kidane Pessoa Pitt. Similar levels of athleticism, but much more refined skill on the ball. And despite the fact that he is sometimes a player that can struggle with decision making, it's no wonder that he's always perhaps the first player, or at the very least one of the first players off the bench. It's because he can produce moments and skill like that. Just have to hope, KFA, that he can produce a moment of magic that can get them back into this game. Currently 1-0 down. Namar Francis now on the ball. Plays it to Tracy, who didn't really display a level of calm and poise that you want to see from him. That's played out wide now, trying to find Brown. And he'll keep it in play. Well, thought he did, but it's gone out for a throw-in. Norris Watson being chased down by Aaron St. John Ward, does his defensive duty well, but he's lost it back here, trying to find Jones, cut out by John Michael White. Renil Robinson now can come forward for Cavalier. Lost possession to Quincy Clark. Lovely ball out wide to Aaron. Trying to take on Renil Robinson now. And great defending coming in there. The pass towards Jones, off target, and Lawman plays it up to Loza. Barrett chasing, and eventually will win the ball back. Slide tackle coming in from behind, but referee looks past it, and it will be a throw-in to Cavalier. Malik Parker and Renil Robinson have been fantastic at the back today. I have to give them their props. They've been exceptional. But now here's Messi Walker with a cross towards the back post for Watson! And for a second there, my eyes almost deceived me. I thought it had gone into the back of the net, but it's a side netting. Oh, so close, Cavalier, to doubling their lead here. Fantastic cross by Messi Walker on the money, but he just couldn't find the right finish, Jaquan Watson. Just a few minutes after coming onto the pitch, almost doubled the Cavaliers' lead in this exciting final. Henderson loses possession to Matthew Murray. High boot, but no decision against either player. And Matthew Murray looking a bit bewildered there as to how a free kick wasn't called, but ball's headed away now by Avanti Barrett. Headed on by Mervyn White. Loza goes past Walker with ease. Finds Francis upfield. Plays it out to Loza. Trying to find Brown. Good defensive work coming in, however, by Avanti Barrett. Now Brown. Once more daring and trying to take on players, but loses possession. Strong challenge coming in from Henderson. Now they've won the ball back, Cavalier. Foster playing it to Messi Walker and sends Foster down the line once more. Oh, Quincy Clark, lovely bit of skill there, but he's been fouled afterwards by Christian Foster.
Irving, come closer to the Neymar. We have defenders. Jamie, don't go inside. Open your body and look. John, stay in front of that goal. Carry inside.
Now a throw-in to be taken by Messi Walker. No one able to get in the end of it, but no, it's Barrett! Oh, fantastic strike, saved by Lawman. He's already produced one superhuman save in the first half. Not quite the same level there, but that was hit hard. But now there's a slip by Shalanda Anderson, and KFA can try to make them pay. Malik Parker coming to the rescue of Cavalier, and he boots it clear into the stands. Who can perhaps claim a souvenir, one of those fans there. And there's the replay. He hit an absolute rocket there. Avante Barrett saved by Junior Lawman. It does seem as though Cavalier will be having a player come on now. And I think it is Zai Yen.
Fun and joke aside, I realize it's a football on the side of the island. Somewhere around Mobi. Because guess what? Mobi, arguably they were the worst team at the League Cup, right? And when Mobi go play one competition down there with the same team, I'll be a 5 match.
Yeah, the problem is
And actually it will be Dave Vaughn Whitaker who will be coming on. And there's a red card has been given. And it does seem as though Dave Brown's the man who will get it. And it's a real shame. Both games today have produced red cards, and they've come to players who are integral members of both squads. Dave Brown coming off the bench and was looking as though he could be one of those players who could make a difference for the team with his skill on the ball. But as we go to a hydration break now, seems he's been given a red card, perhaps a similar reason as to why Jermaine Forrest also got a red card in the Norfolk Strikers game versus Dare to Dream. And we've been reliably informed that the red card was actually for an altercation that involved Dave Brown with another player. Physical contact there. Not something we like to see, of course. It was an off-the-ball incident because I definitely didn't see. And so, much to the dismay of Kingston Football Academy, they will be playing the rest of this final. A man down, and they're already a goal down, is a tall task, but they'll be seeing how best they can muster up some courage and some strength to keep in this game, stay within touching distance long enough to potentially find some moment of magic eventually to get a goal. And it does seem as though they have that belief, as they've sent on two forward-thinking players in Dave Vaughan Whitaker and Deshaun Meek. And that's not to mention the fact that they already have on Aaron St. John Waugh and Lamar Francis. So it does seem as though they're going all guns blazing, backs to the wall. But it could prove a costly decision. And now they're on the defensive. Matthew Murray with a cross, headed away by John Michael White. That goes behind for a corner kick now to Cavalier. And this plan could backfire, of course. I do appreciate the fact that they recognize the moment. They understand that being a goal down, it's a final. You can't, despite the red card, play defensive. You can't choose to be conservative in the changes you're making. You still have to go for it, but it could be they could very well be their undoing. Because now there's probably going to be a bit more space in behind for Cavalier to exploit, as they are already one of the best teams in attacking in transition. Now Messi Walker will be the one to take the corner. What can Cavalier produce from this set piece? Not a bad one. No one able to meet it, however. Vanti Barrett has the ball, chased by two. Feinting. And still retains possession. Eventually loses out to Mervyn White. And Quincy Clark now can bring the ball forward for KFA. Trying to find Aaron St. John Ward. Good defending, however, by Ronil Robinson. That will go all the way harmlessly to Junior Lawman. And had the ball had a bit more pace on that, perhaps could have bounced over the head of the goalkeeper, I suppose. Oh, strong kick there, but it's gone all the way back to a goalkeeper, Brown in goal. And played up to Messi Walker there. And a good feint by Colin Robinson to get rid of his defender, that being Messi Walker. Still retaining possession, wanting a foul, and he will eventually get it, Robinson. Smart decision there, just to draw the foul in that position. Was under some pressure. And now Mervyn White coming to relieve him. And he's giving him option, but he's followed closely by Timothy Jones. Plays it upfield now. Headed on by Aaron St. John Wall, but couldn't find Whitaker. Headed on once more by Wall. And he'll take it past Matthew Murray. And that goes out of play for a throw-in. Played down to Mervyn White. Still has possession. And that pass is cut out. Now here's Jones trying to turn. Unable to. And that's booted downfield. And Cavalier under some pressure. First real spell of the game for KFA, where they've had prolonged periods of possession. Matthew Murray intercepts, boots it upfield, and Christian Foster is offside. But they continue to play now. Here's Davon Whitaker. Oh, lovely. Gets past his defender there. Still going, and that's a foul. Free kick given. Nimoy Brown there on the end of a decent bit of skill there by Dave Vaughan Whitaker. Can't say that properly. He look like he get it.
See, you deserve it. Brother, when you pile me, you deserve to get kicked down after.
Free kick taken by Robinson. Oh, no one there to meet it, but it was cause for concern. Whitaker runs back to get it
I would have 13 there.
from Robinson, but it will be a goal kick now. Headed on by Jones. Lawman playing a sweeper keeper role now. Walker finds Foster. Gets it beyond Colin Robinson. Or Michael White, rather. Foster still going. Walker. And that will go out for a throw-in. Jones gives him an option from the throw. Still has possession. No cross will come in from Walker. Finds him and he turns and swing. But the shot didn't really have the power on that he would have wanted. Jaquan Watson already had a glorious opportunity when he just came on, but failed once more to score. Ball will go back to KFA. Played up wide now to Robinson.
Down to 10 man.
The ball over the top, but too much for Waugh, and Brown comes for it. They must commend KFA despite being a man down. They've really gone for it. They've been putting pressure on KFA, on Cavalier rather, despite the man disadvantage. And trying to find Deshaun Meek out wide. And a bit of a tussle between him and Ranil Robinson. Eventually the foul is called. Well, the linesman is indicating to the referee that there's a foul. Just a bit of an altercation between the referee and the assistant coach of Cavalier, but given the obvious nature of that foul, I can share the sentiment. I can understand the frustration. And it will be Jaheim Brown who's... Actually, my apologies, it will be Isaiah Campbell. Came on for KFA in that 1-1 draw against Dare to Dream. He'll be coming on once more. And Jaheim Brown of Cavalier will also make his way onto the pitch. Quincy Clark will be the man substituted for Isaiah Campbell, while goal scorer and captain Matthew Murray won't get the opportunity to stay on and potentially see the game out. And I understand his frustration, but I guess the coach Omar Stanley is just looking out for him, his physical well-being. Play downfield towards Jaheim Brown, headed on by White, not a convincing header, and Mervyn White and John Michael White, neither of their headers were convincing. Whitaker stumbles as he tried to have a swing at the ball. Colin Robinson boots it upfield, but away for a throw-in to Cavalier. Barrett who now has the captain's armband. Foster just doesn't have that breakaway speed to get away from Henderson. Robinson. Poor pass. I'm not really sure what the decision was there. Or the thinking behind that decision. That is an inexplicable move there, but nevertheless, Cavalier won't mind that much. They are still in the driver's seat. And we'll be looking to just see out this result. Whitaker coming forward now. Great attempt at a pass. And cleared by Cavalier. Fantastic vision by Whitaker. But unfortunately, his teammate Isaiah Campbell just couldn't take it down. Ball over the top. But John Michael White doing well to get there ahead of Jaheim Brown. Lawman. Great turn by the young man there.
Yes, man. Yeah, man.
And Jaheim Brown came from behind and won that. Now it's Messi Walker. Ball out wide. Watson to Barrett. And the pass towards Jaheim Brown off target. Great turn by Whitaker. Drifting away from the defenders. Playing to Sir Wall. Can Shalanda Anderson get there ahead of him? No, he can't, and it will, I suppose, go out for a corner kick for Kingston Football Academy. Just about 4 minutes to go here of normal time. And my producer just reminding me that they did score from a corner in the last game, or a set piece of some sort, and they very nearly did. Well, actually no, but they could have and still have a chance to get an equalizer. They did get one late in their game against Dare to Dream, despite being second best for most of that game, and they'll be hoping to replicate that if they are to get their hands on the trophy today.
4 minutes left.
Robinson under pressure from Watson. Gets it back to Lawman, who's been fantastic through the course of this game. Now here's White. Good defending in the end by the boy Brown, but lack of composure on the ball. They will go out for a throw to Kingston Football Academy. Time running out. Can they find something? Now here's Wall trying to turn inside, unable to. He gets it back. Mervyn White! With the game winding down, you won't get much better chances than that. And unfortunately, for the men in red and black, he's dragged that one wide. And Anderson puts that out wide. We'll go out for a throw-in now. Headed on by Brown. Whitaker, who's been a live wire, has been fantastic since coming on. Ooh, pass a bit too much for Jermaine. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. And now Cavalier can mount a counter. And there we have the trophy. That is what they're playing for, folks. A fantastic looking trophy there. The All-Star Under 15 Jamaica League.
Sorry.
does seem as though Kingston Football Academy will be making a substitution. The man to come on now is number 22, Raymond Siaga. And we're being reliably informed that there will be 5 minutes of added time at the end of the usual 70 minutes. Enough time for KFA to get potentially an equalizer here. Nothing of a chance to get across in Barrett. Foster turning away from Siaga. Robinson. Play will go the other way. It will be a throw into Cavalier. Barrett. Robinson. And decent cross, but caught by Lawman. Now here's Whitaker. And put out of play by Messi Walker. Wisely boots it clear. It does seem as though Cavalier will be making another change. And the man who will be coming on to try to make some sort of a difference is Nathaniel Bryan.
So wait, so you're not supposed to lose a throw, no over ball now? If hurry more than 5 seconds gone, you know, man.
And Bryan comes onto the pitch now. Throw to be retaken by KFA. White. Plays it downfield, searching for a red and black teammate. Campbell booting up, trying to find Aaron St. John Wall. Whitaker. And now they're coming forward with Jaheim Brown, pushing it forward for Cavalier. Can they muster one last counter to seal this victory? Trying to get around John Michael White, but he can't. But now here's Mervyn White. Plays it back to John Michael. And that will go out of play. KFA just can't seem to keep the ball long enough to create one last attack, and does seem as though Cavalier have a player down. It will be Jaheim Brown, I suppose. And as he makes his way back to his feet, it can't be too long now. Not long left. What can happen in the last moments of this game? Headed away by Henderson. Boots it clear. Whitaker knees it. Headed on. And Anderson. Ooh. Handball by Aaron St. John Wall. That puts an end to that attack by KFA. And I have to say, it does look as though Cavalier have their hands on the trophy. Ball played in behind for Jaquan Watson. Lovely ball. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. Oh, he's won it back. And they almost kept it in and could have gotten a shot away, but seems the linesman has pointed to the fact that it went all way out of play. So KFA now have possession, and the bats from White is poor. Walker wins the ball back but loses it momentarily. KFA needs something here. But Cavalier defending with their lives. Whitaker, Siaga. Oh, and a push. And actually, this could be more than just a foul. It should be at the very least a yellow. At the very least a yellow.
Up, Mervyn, no, up. Yeah, that's get up.
Now White will leave Lawman to take this throw in. Well, take this free kick. Lawman, this could be the last chance for KFA to get an equalizer into the box. And that was a poor kick. Mervyn White comes back on to get it to Lawman. What can he do? Boots it up towards Siaga, who takes it down and plays it out wide, but it will go out of play for a throw-in. And now he's gone beyond, but seems as though he's offside, and he's booted it out of the stadium. And for that poor show of sportsmanship, he will be awarded a yellow card there, Brown, and rightfully so. White.
Don't make him second.
Ooh.
Stop run.
In the last moment of a game when you need to get a goal back, that's not the sort of decision you want there, or lack of
Slow down the game, man. Stop rushing.
skill. But now here's Barrett, plays it up forward now to Watson. He's through on goal. He has only Mervyn White to beat, and that is a poor finish. Really poor from Jaquan Watson. Really poor. And we're already a minute over the allotted 5 for extra time. And this could be it, folks. The last chance, the last dance. What can KFA conjure up? Siaga loses out there. Foster using his superior physicality to win the ball there. Not something he can say very often. Meeks trying to find Siaga, pass intercepted. Lovely bit of skill there by Ranil Robinson. Fantastic. And put out of play there. Just turning the style on as they head towards a victory. And a yellow card as well for Foster. Booted up towards Lawman, and they can sense it, and they not only can sense it, but they can touch it now. The trophy is theirs. Cavalier have muted celebrations, but I know that deep down they must feel an immense sense of joy as they win the All-Star Under-15 League. It's been a long and arduous competition, but I have to say, over the course of the competition, they are deserved winners. They topped their group in rather impressive fashion, winning all 3 games. And now they've won here in rather impressive fashion as well. 1-0 win, just as they did in the group stage. This time it's not Christian Foster that's gotten the goal. This time it was from their captain, fantastic, Matthew Murray, the number 10. He has the number of a goat on his back, and he's proven to deliver in similar fashion, scoring the lone goal here to wrap up the title for Cavalier. And we'll be getting the award ceremony soon. But as the KFA players are inconsolable, the opposite end of the spectrum sees Cavalier celebrate with jubilation. As now we are at the end of a fantastic competition, of which no one can deny that the slogan has been lived up to. We were told to expect players who would compete, inspire in their aim to continue developing, and we got just that. We saw some fantastic goals, some great skills, some upsets along the way as well. But at the end of it all, Cavalier emerge victorious and they end the competition just as they started with a 1-0 win over Kingston Football Academy. It's been fantastic bringing this competition to you, ladies and gentlemen, live from MG Sports Channel. It's been John Stewart, your fabulous commentator right throughout the course of the competition. I've been given plenty of trouble by the pronunciation of certain names, by match cards, and been foiled at times by my own decision making. But I have to say, even so, I've thoroughly enjoyed this competition, and reminiscent to the end of the Elite Cup, it's still good vibes all around. Thank you for those who've chosen to join us here, whether it be live in the flesh at the Kingston Springfield or online. I want to express a heartfelt gratitude to those who have supported these young men. And now, as we come towards the end of this competition, we will be handing you over to the organizers of this competition, of course, Leighton Davis, the great Leighton Davis being among them, as they'll be presenting the awards to those who have won. And of course, top goal scorer will go to Aaron St. John Wall, who was a finalist today but didn't end up getting to make a difference today in the final. But as for the more subjective award in terms of who would be the MVP / best player, my opinion should be Steve Hewitt, who was unbelievable. But similarly to the Elite Cup, where I chose Rashawn Williams, but then we saw in the knockout stages Jaquan Brown step up and drag Portmore to a title. You could argue that Matthew Murray could similarly make a claim, I guess, because his team won and he was the captain and he was the deciding factor in the final, that he could make a claim. However, if I'm just to be completely throwing aside team success to the wayside and just think about who as an individual has stepped up game in, game out, and has been excellent right throughout the competition, in my opinion, has to be the man, Steve Hewitt from Dare to Dream. They finished third place. Unfortunately for them, they looked like the most impressive team in terms of talent and chemistry right throughout the competition, especially throughout the group stage, but they were undone by the beaten finalists today, KFA. Drew 1-1 just as Cavalier did with Norbrook Strikers. The difference, of course, being between Cavalier and Dare to Dream, that Dare to Dream lost on penalties. And given that the fact they were leading 2-0 in that penalty shootout, they can have no quarrel, no qualms, no complaints about how it ended up. In the end, you have to take your chances. You have to be calm under pressure, and they weren't that. And it proves that talent is not the only thing that matters when it comes on to success, when it comes on to winning. It's about what you do in the decisive moments. But now, we turn you over to the award presentation. Thank you for joining us once more, ladies and gentlemen. It's been John Stewart on MG Sports Channel.
We plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, Project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds, project to project brings it to life. Project to project, we plan it, we execute it. Got a vision? From events and brand activations to custom builds.
All right, so we are getting ready. The champion Cavaliers coaching staff, can you please join up with your team, please? Yeah, block my players. You're blocking the players, sir. They're on display, not you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. We want to say thank you and welcome again to Allstars Jamaica U-15 Elite Football Competition. And we just want to start off with a big round of applause for Allstars Jamaica. Please, everyone, just join me in congratulating Allstars Jamaica in hosting such a wonderful development but elite under 15 tournament, and of course giving a platform for the players. So firstly, we want to say a big thanks to all the teams that would have entered in this competition, namely Ballers, Kingston United, Total Football Academy, Norbrook Strikers, Cavaliers FC, Kingston Football Academy, and Waterhook. And of course, again, we want to go, players will need your attention, Dare to Dream. Of course, we want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, our title sponsor, Project to Project Limited, and of course, our jersey sponsor, Win Lee, and our hydration sponsor, Splur. So please join me again, give them a round of applause for me. Of course, without any of their support, this will not be possible. We're moving first to acknowledge the third place team that came out victorious today over Norbrook Strikers. And please, people, we just ask that we give them a round of applause as they come up and collect. So it's Dare to Dream, winners 4-2 over Norbrook Strikers. Please keep the applause going and make them loud for me, please. Ensure that they feel the love. Third place team, Dare to Dream, 4-2 winners. Mr. Music Man, while they're collecting the medal, just keep some music going for them. So give it up one more time for our third place team, Dare to Dream. Well done, gentlemen. Congratulations again to Dare to Dream. Well done, gentlemen. We move the program right along, and we now welcome, even though their spirits might be down, but we welcome the second place team, Kingston Football Academy. Well deserved finalists. Tough luck. Early goal conceded in the final. Fought their way, but just couldn't get over the line. Congratulations again to Kingston Football Academy. Second place in the All-Star U-15 Elite Football Competition. Well done, gentlemen. Supporters, we ask that you keep sharing the love, sending the love. Please give them a round of applause. The teams here represent some of the best young talents at U-15. And so we want to always let them know how special the work is being done by them. Coaches for Kingston Football Academy, we need to see you. While the players have done so well, they have to have some kind of leadership. And so we want to acknowledge the coaches as well. Where's the coach for Dare to Dream to Kingston Football? Welcome, coach. Dare to Dream coaches, you have your medals here as well. Please get there and collect them.
Anything about your problems, they ain't mine. Staying up through the late night. 20 seconds to game time. Getting religious with it. Time crossing these state lines. We're going through the late night.
Final one again, please, for me. Well done, Kingston Football Academy. Second place. And of course, we were all here and we were present, so we know who the champions are. But just before we get to the champions, we're going to acknowledge some individual awards. And so, let us go to the first individual award, which is the most disciplined team award. And that goes to Ballers Academy. Ballers Academy, a representative for Ballers Academy, please. For me as a coach, this is one of the most important award, the most disciplined team. Anybody here from Ballers, please? Okay, so please acknowledge Ballers as the most disciplined team. Moving right along to the best goalkeeper. Do we want to take a guess who's the best goalkeeper? Just shout the name who you think is the best goalkeeper. I hear in several names. However, best goalkeeper voted on by the Allstars Jamaica team is, of course, none other than Junior Lava of Kingston Football Academy. Please give him a round of applause for me. Really a standout goalkeeper. He was being observed right throughout the tournament. and I think kept his team in the final. Happy birthday, young man. Well done. No, you're a bit disappointed in coming second, but of course being acknowledged as the best goalkeeper at the under 15 level, definitely a big feather in the cap. Moving right along to our top goal scorer, and this one of course there's no objection, it's strictly about the statistics that is there, and the top goal scorer is none other than Aaron St. John War from Kingston Football Academy. 4 goals in the tournament. So as we can see, Kingston Football Academy capping off the individuals awards. Please give him a round of applause again for me, please. And the next award that is up is of course the most valuable player. And this player would have demonstrated a high level of skill and consistency in leading their team over the 5 weeks. And again, we want to acknowledge how special this player is. And it is none other than Steve Hewitt from Dare to Dream. Give him a round of applause. Can we get all the individual awardees here, please? Quickly, just a quick photo. Goalkeeper. Goalkeeper, just come back quickly, please. Leading goal scorer, come back quickly, please. And now, for the first ever time, a part of the Allstars Jamaica 2026 is the inaugural staging. For the first time ever in Allstars Jamaica football history, we want to welcome the undisputed champions, Cavaliers Football Club. Give them a round of applause for me.
Let's play football.
Just to let you know, the players were playing for just for anything on the team, sorry. So the team, of course, in our first stage, and of course we're looking for it to get bigger, but we want to make sure that you do not go just with trophies and medals. So our first place team will be awarded $50,000. Give them a round of applause for me. Mr. DJ, find the champion song for me. As we ask the skipper to come forward and collect his champion trophy. Give it up one more time. Allstars Jamaica Cavaliers U-15 champions! And there you have it. First staging Cavaliers, U-15 champions. We want to take the time to thank all, and we hope that we see you again next year. And definitely promise to bring bigger and better football on display. Congratulations again, Cavaliers. Job well done.
I'm